Good evening and welcome to episode 92. As always, we'll start with our gratitude attitude. So, if you would please gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, let all your stress melt away. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, see all your muscles relax. Take one more deep breath. This time, completely let yourself go. Now, think of one thing that you're thankful for that happened in the past week. Once you identified it, think about why you are thankful. And now let's set it free. If you're by yourself, say it out loud what you are thankful for and why. If you are with someone, tell it to each other. Okay. So we've been discussing the six perfections for the past 4 weeks. I received an email asking me what's the purpose of six perfections. So the function of this six perfection is to make our lives smoother and with less friction. Today, we'll continue with this series and look at mental stabilization, also known as concentration. What is concentration? Concentration is a mind whose nature is to single pointedly focus on a virtuous object, whose function is to prevent distractions. Simple, right? To understand it deeply, let's figure out what it is not. Concentration is not an act of will, to focus ourselves on something or other. It's not like we say, okay, let's focus on this pen. It's actually to eliminate what does not belong. Let me give you an example. Do you remember back in the days, they used to have this concentrated frozen orange juice? It's simply the removal of water from the juice, right? That's concentration. So there are several components to concentration. The first one is the stability of mental capacity. And we talked about this before that human brain is not capable of multitasking. What we call multitasking is rapidly switching from one task to another. Your brain just moves so fast, it goes from one to another to another, but it's not simultaneously processing those actions. Just like when we see a fan moving, right? The blades can seem like one because it's moving so fast, but it's just an illusion. In reality, there are three or four blades. I've seen two-blade fan too nowadays, I guess. So similarly, multitasking is an illusion. Anything other than what you should be doing is a distraction. Like texting and driving doesn't go together. So part of concentration is not about narrowing focus, because when we narrow our focus, we lose the context. So one aspect of concentration is actually zoom out. When you talk about someone who is not with you and someone mentions bad quality about that person, right? Mind zooms in as if that person is no good. It becomes the worst person in the world and so on. When we like or dislike something, we tend to justify it. When we try new things, a lot of times we judge before we even try it. So, item itself is not good or bad, but our feeling towards it, which makes it good or bad, right? And once our feeling sets in, we follow the feeling as opposed to keeping the things in context. So, part of concentration is to make sure things stay in context. Let me give you an example. When you first fell in love, the person could do no wrong. They are not looking at context, but just the feeling, right? This person is so good. Everything they do is like amazing. And then some time goes by, and now, they have some arguments. All of a sudden, the feeling towards the person changes. Sometimes they can do no right. Everything this person does annoys you. Again, no context at all, right? No person is all good or all bad at once. But it's the lack of context that makes things difficult. Another element to keep an eye on is to distinguish between urgent and important. And this kind of gets me. I've been preaching this for 25 years in my office that, we respond to emails all day long. It dings and we ding, 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 we just respond to them without regard to whether it's important or not. Because urgent tends to distract our concentration from important, right? We've discussed this before as well, that often we get hung up on urgent matters of the moment rather than keeping our focus on the larger goal, which is more important. One other aspect of concentration is stability for personal benefit. Relaxation is very important for our personal benefit. Tension is distracting. When there is tension in any part of your body, it requires your attention. For example, there is pain, your mind keeps going to that part of the body as opposed to here and now. It's very important to relax. And relaxation includes relaxation of body as well as mind. Because when our mind is tense, it triggers a fight or flight response within ourselves. And that means we are being reactive, right? Our instinct take over. We need to make decisions consciously as opposed to reactively. So before making a big decision, perform a check on your body. See if you're relaxed. See if you feel some stress. We as a society don't value relaxation. It's very important for our long term health. Another important quality needed for concentration is interest. If we don't have interest, we are not going to concentrate on it. When we look at something, we don't value differences between experiences. Sometimes we think, oh, yeah, I already done that. I have experienced something. There are always subtle differences. If we think it's the same, we won't be paying attention. If we are not paying attention, we are not concentrating. So if we cultivate interest, it will increase our concentration because interest prevents us from being distracted. Best way to do this is to develop a beginner's mind, right? If because a beginner's mind is always curious, it's always interested. That means you are mentally present as opposed to thinking about some thought in the past or future. Confidence is another quality for development of concentration. Confidence is certainty in one's path. If not, you will not be putting in your full effort. Right? If you're not sure whether this is the right thing to do, you won't do it with concentration. Once you choose to take a path, remove self doubt. Every action is beneficial. You either achieve your goal or you learn from it. Right? There is no failure. Don't let outsider influence you and break your confidence. So, as you can see, concentration is one of the most important perfections. And if we understand it and apply it correctly, it is of great benefit. So, that's the sermon for the day. Since this is the last meditation of the year for us, I want to leave you with a shortcut to happiness called transfer of enjoyment meditation. This meditation is doorway into this practice of getting our mind into a happy state of mind. It's, however, not the be all and end all. Initially, it's a good practice to use this meditation until we get to a point where we can get into a happy state of mind on demand. Feeling nervous, take a couple of breaths, and then you can get into that happy state of mind. Until we get that, this is a good meditation to practice. Idea is to get yourself into a happy state of mind without any external stimulus. So in today's meditation, as always, we'll first settle down at our heart. We'll then imagine a time or experience we had that was a really enjoyable experience for us. The kind of experience that brings a smile on our face the moment we think about it. It could be a person as well, doesn't have to be experience. We'll take that joy and transform it into a bliss like feeling throughout our body. Eventually, we'll let go of the imagination of the experience but hold on to that bliss like feeling, right? That's the key, if you will. And of course, I'm going to guide you through the whole experience, whole meditation. So if you're ready, let's begin. Please get into your meditation posture, cross seated position. If you are in a chair, keep your legs straight. Make sure your back is straight, your spine upright, shoulders leveled. Gently close your eyes. Keep your mouth just a little bit open. That way, any stress you may have accumulated in your jaws will dissipate. Palms in your lap, right over left, thumbs gently touching each other. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, imagine the stress dripping away from your body. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, feel the complete relaxation in your entire body. Bring your attention to the sensation of your breath at your nostrils. Feel the cool air as you breathe in. Feel slightly warmer air as you breathe out. Keep your attention at the sensation of your breath for about a minute or so on your own. Bring your attention at your heart. Experience the peaceful nature of your root mind. Let this peaceful moment bring the next peaceful moment. Remember, there is nothing to do. Nowhere to just enjoy. Now, imagine an experience or a time when you were truly joyful. There was no other thought in your mind other than happiness. You don't have to share, so it could be anything. Could be a place, a lake, or an ocean. Could be some accomplishment. could be people in your life, whatever that may be. But make sure it's something where anytime you think of that incident or that time or that experience, instantly puts a smile on your face. Makes you joyous. Makes you blissful. You imagine that joy at your heart. Now, imagine that joy radiates from your heart to your entire body, every corner of your body. Your body is blissful. You can feel the joy through your entire body. Now, let go of the imagination and just focus on the blissfulness in your body. Keep your focus on the joy swirling through your entire body. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Any questions? Okay, I'm going to stop recording since there are no questions.